Before we get into today's episode, real quick, everyone make sure you go subscribe to the Jackson Kruger Sports Clips channel. The link is in the description. We actually currently have a preview for every single team on that channel. Now it is, they're clips from the podcast. So make sure, do us a favor, get us to 1,000 subscribers so we can monetize that channel. We'd really appreciate it. And anyways, back to your regularly scheduled video. So I was really excited to see what we would see from Jalen Hurd in the preseason. In fact, all we've seen from him is preseason tape so far. So I'm looking forward, I was really looking forward to seeing more of it and hopefully seeing some good NFL tape. So I'm sure a lot of people are having to question, who the hell is Jalen Hurd? What are you talking about? Who is this guy? Well, he was a third-round pick 2 years ago, and 2 years ago, I'm going to have to kind of talk about myself for a second in order to explain my relationship with Jalen Hurd, because there's something there. Not that I know him personally or anything, but when I first started this YouTube channel, I was making about like $800 a month, and so I said, screw it, I'm going to quit my job. I have a little bit of savings, and hopefully this will work out. I was expecting the money to continue to grow as it had been, but the offseason hit and the money didn't grow the way I expected. And so I was short on some cash and really had to make some money. And so I was making a lot of videos based on whatever was popular at the time. And, 49ers fans come out in full force. So luckily for you guys back then, for 49ers fans, I was making a lot of 49ers videos just to try and, pay rent, basically. And so one of the guys I remember looking at and really being blown away with was Jalen Hurd. And I was like, oh man, this guy's going to be awesome. This guy, look out for him. I was really pumped for him. He got hurt not once, but twice. He has yet to play in an NFL game. There was even some question of whether he was going to make the NFL roster. He was always going to make the NFL roster, though. He plays multiple positions, and he has too much potential. I think that there's no way they would have cut him unless they just felt like he was never the same after the injury. And he looked good, I thought. There were some issues. We'll talk about the issues. But as a whole, I thought there was some real promise here. So let's, get into the film study. Stop talking about myself. Let's just watch some Jalen Hurd film. So we'll start off with this play. What's going to happen here is I wanted to bring this play up even though it's not really that notable, just because basically Jalen Hurd would have had a touchdown had blocking been better in front of him. It's going to be a jet sweep to the bottom of the screen, and watch what's going to happen. So right when this play starts, Hurd does get the ball, and you see right here, he's beating the guy he's supposed to beat. The linebacker who's trying to chase him, he beat the linebacker, so he probably would have had a touchdown here had blocks been made in front of him. It was Travis Benjamin, I believe, who missed the block. Commentating kind of had a funny thing of like, hey, fighting for a roster spot, do what you can. Miss the blocks so that way it looks like, Hurd doesn't get into the end zone, which I thought was funny. But, I just want to bring that play up. He would have probably had a touchdown on this play had the blocking been better. But anyways, back to stuff that actually we can quantify. This is going to be a cover 3 zone, and you see the route that Hurd is running. It's a good route against this type of coverage. But what I love about Hurd is how well he cuts. He's so shifty, which I think will work really well. I mean, he's right out of that same mold of Deebo Samuel, of Brandon Ayuk, and of him. I feel like those three are very similar style guys. Now Hurd's a bit more unique, bit taller, maybe not quite as quick, but he's still up there. And I remember thinking like, oh man, him and Deebo Samuel, they're gonna fit into this scheme so well. Well, Samuel certainly has. We still haven't seen Hurd. But watch how right when this play starts. So at this point, nothing really going. It's hard to tell which direction he's going to go. He hasn't given anything away yet. But watch how quick he cuts. I mean, look, just very seamless. Gets over there, is going to get wide open. In this Shanahan scheme, you value kind of that shiftiness very highly. And it, I think, would work out really well with Jalen Hurd. I think that's a perfect fit for San Francisco. Like something like this is right out of the Kyle Shanahan playbook. This is page 1 in the Kyle Shanahan playbook, right? And it takes up the whole page because this is the biggest play. It's a play action. You have a receiver run over the middle. You're going up against zone because teams feel like they have to play zone against your running game, which makes sense. So you get him in zone, you run play action, have a receiver run over the middle, and you throw it to him. Hurd is the guy going over the middle, so let's see how well he can do this kind of thing. So firstly, Lance takes the snap, and Hurd about to get open right here. Now, a corner is going to read this and try and get into the play, but it's just going to be difficult for him to do. Hurd, again, he's just getting to his spot quickly. That's essentially all you have to do. And as you see, Hurd is going to, in fact, get there and make the grab. Corner almost got there, but Hurd was able to outrun him. So, again, just get to your spot quickly. In zone coverage, that's all you really have to do. It's less about this, being able to beat guys one-on-one and jumping over. Just get to your spot. That's what Hurd did. Nothing fancy, but he had success there. I thought something like this was good too, even though, again, not going to matter too much. The other stuff with Hurd didn't work out too well this game, I thought, through no fault of his. Part of what you like about him is he is someone he was a running back in college at one point. He can be versatile, so you can have him, give him screen passes, have him literally just run as a running back, and then maybe go out wide, and now you have 4 receivers, that kind of stuff. But anyways, right when this play starts, so the reality is it's hard to call this a missed block. The defensive back just read this play well, got past the tackle 62 right there. So Hurd in a bit of a pickle right here, and you wouldn't blame him at all if there was an immediate tackle and he couldn't do much. However, Hurd's going to be good on this play. I mean, look, watch this move. He sidesteps him and is able to get back to the line of scrimmage, which I know people don't value too much, but the reality is the fact that he was able to just do that, it helps you. Those little things help you, and it, more than anything, shows that he can be capable of doing that stuff. So maybe there will be a play where he can do that, and there will be a lot more yards to gain than just the 2 he gained with that move on this specific play. And the fact that the guy's 6'5" while doing this is just another unbelievable thing that just seems like it shouldn't be right. And you also have this play that we do have to bring up, because I know people are going to talk about this kind of thing, and it's not as concerning to me as it is to others, I think, but still something you would have liked to see him do differently. So again, it's that similar thing, him going over the middle. Also, another aspect of this is, again, him being 6'5". When you throw over the middle, it's a bigger target for him, right? So that helps, especially in these types of plays that, is a big part of the Shanahan offense. And look, it's going to be a good, well-ran route where, again, runs the stem portion well, then cuts. So he's wide open, and it was in part due to him, also in part due to the scheme, but that's fine. I mean, Shanahan will get you open. This is going to admittedly be a bit of a low throw. However, Jalen Hurd does have to make this catch. Look, it's a little bit low. Hurd did not make that play. You can blame Lance if you want to for the little bit of a low throw, but I wouldn't. I think that you're not going to always make the throw exactly perfect. That one was a little bit low, but still very catchable and perfectly timed. It's just one that Hurd has to make, quite frankly. So he did have some drops, and this wasn't the only one. There was another one as well. Although for me personally, I've always kind of been of the belief of if you're dropping stuff, well, at least you're getting open and you're getting opportunities. It's better than not getting the opportunities at all. But again, it's always very frustrating, and you do want to make the catch. You don't want to be dropping balls, especially when you're past the first down marker. So yeah, that's mainly what I think about Jalen Hurd. I liked what I saw from him, and I think that there's some real good stuff in there. Again, he's a unique player, and he's just so interesting to watch, and I'm so disappointed that it's taken us this long to finally get to see what he can bring to the table. But now that he's here, I think this could work out really well, and I hope he gets some playing time and can really show what he can do, because again, he was electric in college. I expect him to be electric in the NFL. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Jalen Hurd? Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.